Hey guys, Josh's Boosters here and welcome back to another Digimon video. What if you wanted to play Rookie Rush, but didn't want to play Rookie Rush? Today we are looking at, I think actually the first blue deck I'm ever featuring on this channel, which will be blue Imperialdramon, Dragon Mode, or if you want to call it that, Rookie Rush with a boss monster. Basically, I'm not a huge fan of the entire Rookie Rush concept. I understand it is a very good deck, very powerful, might even be one of the best decks in the format. But honestly, I play Digimon for fun, and what I think is fun is like evolving my Digimon into bigger Digimon and giving them all these abilities, right? Which I just think is very cool. And Rookie Rush just doesn't do that. However, this deck kind of tries to do the same as Rookie Rush, where it really tries to rush your opponent, even, you know, using little Digimon. But it still evolves them, or at least some of them, up into bigger Digimon while doing so, and makes really powerful stacks like that. And where I also think it might even be a little bit better than Rookie Rush is where, you know, actually digivolving a Digimon grants advantage in form of drawing cards and, you know, digging deeper into the deck. Which I think might give this deck actually a little edge over Rookie Rush in some aspects of the game anyway. And I just think it's a lot more fun to play. I also think this deck is kind of undervalued when looking at the format. A lot of people are talking, you know, about the obvious picks, Shine Greymon, Omni Red, and to a lesser extent Chaosmon Green after all they hits. But I really think this deck actually belongs up there in the tier 1 or maybe like upper tier 1.5 because the deck is really good. However, I don't want to ramble on too long about this deck. Let's just hop right into the deck profile. Alright guys, so enough rambling, let's get into the actual deck. As you might be used to if you've seen deck profiles on this channel before, let's start off with the Digitama. And the first Digitama or Digi-Egg we are playing is this guy, Demi-Vemon. Let's just read his effect real quick. Or well, his effect, his inheritable effect of course, which is when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has a jamming, trigger, draw 1. And you'll see that actually a lot of the cards in our deck have jamming, or at least the main attacking cards of the deck do. What's kind of popular with this deck, I saw while browsing on the internet anyway, is that a lot of people are just playing 4 Digitama. However, Shine Greymon is in the format and really aims to play the long game. So I decided to play 5 Digitama anyway, and the 5th one is of course Upamon, which is the one that when attacking, when your opponent has a Digimon without Digivolution sources, you also get to draw a card. I decided to include it anyway, just in case you go into the grind game, even though this deck is really, you know, forcing the opponent to react quickly, or they just get overwhelmed by all the little guys and the jamming Digimon. But I really think this one is not that much worse than the Demi-Vemon is, so I still decided to include 5 Digitama in the deck, but I definitely think it is possible to just play 4 of this guy and call it a day. However, my list for now includes these 5, including the Upamon. But yeah, I shouldn't have to explain too much about that. Then going into the main deck, for the level 3s or the rookies, we are playing the very best card in the set, 1.5 as a full playset at 4, which is the Jamming Vemon. Who just has jamming basically, so you'll see later that Imperialdramon, when it is evolved into, actually unsuspend your Digimon with jamming, so you can go like Vemon swing, then evolve into Imperialdramon, just unsuspend it and swing again. And I'm also playing the X-Vemon, so it's a little bit of the same. You can go swing with this, then evolve another Digimon into the X-Vemon, unsuspend this, and then swing again. So this little guy really can go in for a lot of damage on the security as early as possible, and it doesn't really have to be scared of anything outside of Gaia Force and stuff like that. Then we are playing actually a crazy high amount of vanilla rookies or rookies without effect. We are playing 4 Gomamon and 4 Elecmon. The reason for this is, like I said, this deck is very similar to Rookie Rush. And these are just 2 to play rookies that you just can start swinging into the security basically, and these ones will probably die. Well, they do have 3000 DP, so they won't die to everything, but you know, anything that's also a vanilla rookie or above the level 3 will most likely kill them. But that's fine, they are just there to go for the early damage. I'm not playing any of the 2-drops that are like want to evolve, because this deck still aims to evolve up, and I really don't want to draw just those rookies. Not a huge fan of that. And then rounding off the rookies, ending on just 15 is a triple of the Gabumon, that is draw 1 on play. Not much to say about that. Like I said, you just want to play a lot of hard play a lot of rookies in this deck, and this one just gets you a card when you do so. So that's why I decided to go for this lineup. I was considering playing the other V1 that has the inheritable effect, where if it is unsuspended you can draw a card, which I definitely think is still pretty good, because it does synergize well with X-Vmon and Imperialdramon. But I figured Gabumon just does more on its own, which is why I decided to go for this pretty clean lineup of rookies. So yeah, 15 rookies, or level 3s. Then moving up to the level 4s. By the way, I think a lot of people might be playing more level 3s in this deck, but you'll see that I'm playing a little bit heavier on the top end of the deck, but we'll talk about this when we get there. But that's the reason I'm not playing more than 15 rookies. Then for the level 4s, I am playing fan favorite. I just love Digimon Adventure. No, 01, the first Digimon Adventure anime, and this guy was obviously in it. I'm playing Frigimon, who is just a level 4 that has jamming, so once again just synergizes well with Imperialdramon. I was considering playing the, what's it called, Vidramon as well, which gains jamming when you have a blue tamer, but I'm not playing that many tamers, and this guy just has jamming all the time. Just synergizes well with the deck, not much to say about him. Then I did decide to play a full playset of Gorillamon. We're still trying to evolve up to the level 6. So this guy just wants to evolve. It has 6000 DP, which is quite a lot as well. And we just want to get aggressive, right? And this guy serves that purpose pretty well. So for Gorillamon, and then rounding off the level 4s, I am playing 4 of the X-Vmon as well. And this guy says, when digivolving, unsuspend one of your level 4 or lower Digimon. So pretty nice. You can unsuspend Frigimon or Vmon when they have attacked. This is my entire level 4 lineup, so as you might notice, there's not any Grizzlymon, the blocker for blue, in this deck. Which I think might be a little bit arguable or controversial, but I think this deck just really wants to be all gas and just be on the offensive all the time, and Grizzlymon just doesn't really serve that purpose. But I can definitely see, you know, defensive cards being good sometimes, but I'm not playing 0 defensive cards, but once again, we'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, so our level 4 lineup is basically all gas. Let's go. Then moving on to level 5s. We have a green card here, Dynamon, but of course, as you can see, Dynamon can also evolve from a blue Digimon, which is the reason why we're playing him. And Imperialdramon, which you'll see later, can also evolve from a green Digimon. So honestly, this card just, it doesn't really subtract from any of the consistency that the deck has. In fact, it even contributes to it, so yeah, that's the reason we're playing it. But yeah, this guy just has piercing and jamming, no weird stuff, no inheritables. But yeah, Imperialdramon can get cost reduced to evolve by 2 when you evolve it onto this guy, which is why we're playing it. And of course, it has jamming as well, which is nice. And of course, piercing might come up as well, so yeah. And then the other level 5 we're just playing 8 of them, is Imperialdramon, who has jamming, and then his inheritable effects are really good, which is when attacking once per turn, if the Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name, unsuspend it. So this will be able to unsuspend our blue Imperialdramon Dragon mode. And maybe we'll also be getting, what's it called, Fighter mode, or Paladin mode sometime later in the game, which is why I just say it's Imperialdramon. But yeah, this is probably the best level 5, even though Dynamon is also really good. And this will really allow us to swing like way too many times with our Imperialdramon. Which we're taking a look at now. There we go, Imperialdramon. This is the Rookie Rush boss monster, or just the boss monster of the deck. So like I said, when you evolve this onto a Imperialdramon or a Dynamon, you can reduce the dissolution cost by 2. So it becomes 3 to evolve, and as you've seen, the only level 5s we are playing are Imperialdramon and Digimon, so we're literally always evolving into this for 3 costs, never for 5, literally impossible in the deck. Because the card is good, but 5 is just not worth it. Then he has jamming, of course, because this is jamming deck. And also, when digivolving, unsuspend all of your Digimon with jamming. So I've talked about this before, just goes well with Imperialdramon, Digimon, Frigimon, and Vmon. Potentially, if you have all those on the field evolve into this, you just unsuspend all of them and you can swing again, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's also quite big, so it's not that hard to run over for your opponent. Very, very cool cards. I have to admit, I do like the artwork on the green one a little bit better than this, but we're just playing the blue one in this deck because the green one doesn't really contribute to the strategy we're trying to accomplish with the deck. So this is literally the only level 6 we're playing, because we really mostly want to go in for the damage with the little guys as well. And then, like I talked about, we're a little bit higher on the top end because I did decide to include Omnimon in the deck, just in case we somehow can't close out the game because we're playing against something like Kentarosmon, or our opponent has a lot of blockers. This is one of the cards that, instead of being aggro, kind of allows us to control the game, because of course when Digivolve you can delete a Digimon and all of the Digimon with the same name. And it also just can swing twice, which is still pretty aggressive. I mean, I really shouldn't have to explain too much about this, right? Omnimon is just still one of the best cards in the game. I decided to play 2. I was actually playing 1 before, but if you're just playing 1, your chance of seeing it aren't that high. You don't really need to see it, but it's just nice to have. So yeah, 2 Omnimon, and then to round out the Digimon, we're actually playing Puppetmon. So yeah, the deck is very similar to Rookie Rush, and where I don't think it really needs 4 Puppetmon like a lot of Rookie Rush decks are playing. I think this is still a welcome addition, just in case you can't really finish off the game. In the turn you're dropping Imperialdramon, you'll either have an Omnimon to control the board or a Puppetmon to control the board. Especially since Omnimon Blue is now a lot less popular than it was before, this card has become better. Because before, sometimes you would go Puppetmon, they just hard play Garurumon to unsuspend their Omnimon and attack twice anyway, but honestly, that card has fallen out of favor, so I think Puppetmon has become a lot better. I wish I could play more even, but I think 2 is fine, and also it can potentially evolve onto Digimon. I don't really see that happening, but it is definitely possible. That's it for the Digimon. Then the best cards in the game right now, I think, we are of course playing 4 Hammerspark, because this is a blue deck, and I mean, you know, just gaining 1 memory for literally no reason is very, very powerful. Even if your opponent is memory choking you, you can potentially just play a couple of these, just go into Imperialdramon and swing a couple of times. So yeah, I shouldn't really have to explain anything about that. And then the last card we are playing in the deck is Triple Davis, which has the unplay effect of revealing the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can add both a green and a blue Digimon from your deck to your hand. So if you do hit Digimon with this, that's pretty lucky, but if not, you're just adding a blue Digimon, which is most of the time. And then also it's just a memory tamer. I love memory tamers. They are, you know, probably after Hammerspark, they are the best cards in the game, in my opinion. Just starting your turn with 3 every time is so good, but you don't want to see multiples of it. Especially not this specific one, because, you know, adding a card is nice, but 4 to play is quite expensive, so you really just want to see one of this as early in the game as possible, and then just start your turn with 3 every time. So that's the deck list, guys. Yeah, pretty nice deck in my opinion. So yeah, that was the deck list. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts about the deck, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. In the coming weeks I'm gonna try to do some gameplay with the deck as well, because I think it is really cool, and I'll see what I can do regarding that. But definitely expect it in some form, maybe real life, maybe in more of a remote Digimon or remote battle setting. I'm not sure yet. If you did make it this far into the video, consider leaving a like, leaving a comment like I said, and if you do enjoy this type of content and want to see more Digimon card game content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you do that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!